Hello guys, this is Vaish. So day 39, 11 more days to go. June 15th is the date today. And the geography, because students were asking, because many institutes don't teach it properly and they don't know what to study also. So geography is being planned for 3 days. Yesterday we did very basics. Today we'll do little bit advanced, and tomorrow we'll do little more like agriculture, farming, and all exactly like UPSC ask. Okay, that kind of questions. So 3 episodes, 15 questions will be extra. Okay, which we did not have in plan initially. Okay, and all these are part of the test series. So students, please come and join. And if you are a person who are starting your studies now and still you have applied for 2021, we cannot guarantee you any success. Okay, because people keep asking like, okay, 80 days left, 90 days left, I'll come and join your test series, will I pass the exam? We cannot guarantee you success like that. Okay, there is no shortcut to UPSC preparation. If you are a beginner, you have to study it systematically, you have to study all the textbooks. Okay, so you don't join 2021 if you are a beginner. Okay, but you have done the NCRTs, or you know the syllabus, you have attempted previously, then it is fine, then you can join 21. Okay, or 22, the students who are like beginners, come and join, and both the details will be given in WhatsApp. Okay, detailed videos are there, so you will not have any doubt. And in Vaish Courses channel, there are plenty of videos being put every day, and all these are done for your benefit. Okay, whether it's international politics, or whether it's any geographical issue, historical issue, anything which is in the news and which is needed for your mains are being covered in very like detailed fashion. Okay, I can guarantee you that you watch any other episode of any other channel, the hours will be better than that. Okay, that is the quality which we are providing to you. Okay, even today we put out an episode because students requested it. Okay, an Egyptian mummy was discovered which was pregnant, and that is the first ever incident in the world. Okay, so the entire mummification process, like how these bodies are wrapped, and this full Egyptian process, that I have explained in just 5 minutes. Okay, so go and watch it today itself in Vaish Courses. It will benefit you. Okay, so today's first question on geography: albedo means the rate at which light or heat is reflected back from Earth's surface. Which is the correct order of decreasing albedo? Okay, so the definition is given in the question itself. Now you have to tell the decreasing order. Okay, A, B, C, D. You can read it yourself. The things are this pampas is there, then cotton crops is there, black soil, Arctic Circle, brick. So that is again like jumbled order given. So which one is the decreasing order of albedo? Albedo means the rate at which light or heat is reflected back from Earth's surface. So here the answer is Arctic Circle. Okay, that the more the white the thing is, okay, the snow or ice, that will have the highest albedo. Okay, then pampas, okay, the green forest kind of thing. Then cotton crops, brick, then black. So the black will be at the extreme. So that way it should be ordered. And same like that, there are many things of which UPSC have asked question, like among the planets, like whether Earth, Mars, Jupiter, that they will give an order and they'll ask you rate as per the albedo rate. So that also in our geography test, one or the other test I have with figures I have given. So my students can study from that. Okay. So the ability to reflect the light and radiation of the sun is known as object's albedo. Because the Earth reflects 30% of the light that it hits it, it is said that the Earth has an albedo of 30. In contrast, our moon has an albedo of 11. This means that if you are standing on the moon looking up at the Earth, our planet would appear almost 3 times brighter than looking at the moon from Earth. Okay, hope the idea is clear. Second question: which of the following are true? Western Ghats are more continuous than Eastern Ghats. Western coastal plain is broader than Eastern coastal plain. Western Ghats and Eastern Ghats meet at Nilgiri Hills. Bandipur National Park is in Karnataka. 1 only, 2 4 only, 1 3 4 only, 1 2 3 4. So these are statements like I think everything is asked at least once, these terminologies. So if you see here, the answer is 134 because western coastal plain is actually narrower. Okay, if you know the Kerala, Goa, Karnataka, that coast is narrow, but the eastern side it's even wider. Okay, but western Ghats are more continuous. Okay, and eastern Ghats there will be not continuous. Okay, and here, Western Ghats and Eastern meet in Nilgiri. This is a statement UPSC has 2 times, 3 times, I think. In Nilgiri Hills, there is a Satya Mangalam forest. Okay, so there it meets, and that has been asked recently, 2018 or 19, I think. Then Bandipur National Park is in Karnataka. So this is the set of differences. This is the only thing you need to study. More than this, UPSC will not ask any statement. So my students will get revision charts, but others can simply pause and read. And like this, try to learn every day. Okay, but at the end of the day, only 5 questions you are doing every day. My other students will do 100 questions every day. Third question: in which rock can we find fossils? Marble, shale, obsidian, granite. So it's a static thing, but an application wise thing, because first thing you have to know what all types of rocks are there, which yesterday we did. That's why I told yesterday we did the basics. Today we are doing one step ahead of that. Okay, so we have igneous rock, we have sedimentary rock, we have metamorphic rock. So fossils will be where? Fossils will be in sedimentary rock. So in this, which one the one is sedimentary rock? Answer is shale. Okay, other things are not sedimentary. Marble, you know, it's a metamorphic rock. Obsidian is given here, which is an extrusive igneous rock. Yesterday also we did a question on this. Granite is also a common type of intrusive igneous rock. So this basics, this is what you need to know about the 10-15 types of rocks mentioned in your NCERT. More than that, please don't by heart all the metals and minerals and rocks. Which of the following are immobile in plants? Magnesium, calcium, nitrogen, phosphorus. This is there in your science textbook also. So factual, unless you have studied, maybe you will not be able to answer it. So it is calcium. If you see, mobile nutrients are nitrogen in the form of nitrate, phosphorus in the form of phosphate, potassium, magnesium, chlorine, zinc, molybdenum. So these are all mobile nutrients. Okay, and these are immobile: calcium, sulfur, iron, boron, copper. Okay, plants with a deficiency of mobile elements, example nitrogen, will exhibit damage to older tissues as the nutrients are moved to new growth. Conversely, plants lacking immobile elements, example calcium, will exhibit stunted new growth while the older tissues stay healthy. Okay, so this again is like minimum definition I thought you should know, because more than this kind of questions UPSC don't ask. Okay, science related or plant related, they will not ask too much technicalities. Now the last question: which of the following crops would be preferred for sowing in order to enrich the soil with nitrogen? Wheat, mustard, sunflower, gram. So yesterday we did a question about kharif and rabi crops, which was a static thing. So here you have to know one basic thing, that is nitrogen. Okay, plants cannot directly take nitrogen from the atmosphere. So some other processes are involved. Nitrogen cycle, which is important. Nitrogen cycle, sulfur cycle, phosphorus cycle. These are all explained also. I think in my environment class I have done it for free already in my YouTube. And now here you have to see which of the plant will help to do something. Okay, fix the nitrogen so that the plants can take it up. So which plant is the best one? So gram. You should know something called leguminous plant. The plants need nitrogen in the form of water soluble compound. The plants such as gram, peas, pulses and beans are called leguminous plant. Okay, all these things by heart: gram, peas, pulses and beans. The leguminous plants have root nodules in them which contain rhizobium bacterium. Thus the soil in the fields get enriched with nitrogen compounds in a natural way. Okay, so this is the basic thing. And about nitrogen cycle, a very big revision chart is there, so my students can easily learn from that. And as I told, please come and join the test series if you are serious about this exam, because if you're not serious then it's okay, but if you're serious, I am guaranteeing you that without doing a particular test series you will not clear this exam. Okay, any test series, please go and join something and practice MCQ daily. Okay, so subscribe to both our channels. I'll put daily news topics like this, and to wait for the next episode. Thank you and have a nice day.